In this tutorial, I will be showing you how to use the basic features of Microsoft Office Publisher. To get you started, for those of you that do not know how to open up Publisher, all you do is hit the Windows icon and type in Publisher and click on the icon. When you do click on it, something like this will pop up on your screen, or you will get the option of choosing your own templates. So a leaflet, a business card, a poster option, etc. I'm just going to go with the blank A4 portrait. So as you can see, I've got two publisher documents open. I'm just going to close one of them. The first thing I'm going to show you is changing the background. So to do this, what you can do, or what you need to do, is go to Page Design, Background, and choose a color that you like. You can choose a solid background, a gradient background, or you can go on to more backgrounds and customize your own. I'm going to keep it simple, and I'm just going to go and select a solid background. The next step would be to add a title. Now you can insert a title by going on Insert. You can insert it by adding a text box, or you can insert it by using word art. For this specific tutorial, I will use word art. And what we're going to do is create a poster on the ICT classroom rules. So choose a piece of text that you like. You can choose the transform styles, or you can use the plain word styles, whatever makes you happy, or whatever you think would be suitable for your purpose and audience. I'm just going to keep it simple. Once you've chosen your text, type it in. So your title, so ICT Classroom Rules. You can change your font style. I really like using Comic Sans. So just going to scroll down, see if I can find Comic Sans. There it is. And let's just double check, highlight it, and just make sure it's bold, and hit OK. There you go. Just make sure, one of the common mistakes we make when creating posters is that we have colours that clash with one another. So if you're having a light background, try and have dark text. If you're having a dark background, then light text will go well with that. So what I'm going to do just now, I'm going to go back to Page Design, Background, and I'm just going to make it slightly lighter so my title stands out. The next step will be to add text. So to add text, all you need to do is either go to Home or go to Insert and draw your text box so you can add your text. So we need some ICT classroom rules. So no food or drink is allowed in the ICT room. I believe that will be my first rule. So just let me paste it in. You might think that the text is too small. So if you're really concerned, please make sure that at the bottom here you've got it on 100% to get a more accurate image of your poster that you're making. So the text is not small. Usually, or should we say, when you open up Publisher, automatically it will be on like 50%. So please do zoom in slightly to get a better idea of how it would look like when it is printed. So I've just put mine on 80% now, and if I want to make the text bigger, I can highlight it and just make it bigger from here. So I can choose size 18 if that's what I wanted. So now some of you may be happy with the font style. If you're not happy, highlight the text and go to Format and change the text style, the font, make it bold, underlined, how you would like it. I'm going to format this further, so I'm just going to double click on the text box that I've inserted, and I want to make sure that these rules stand out. So to do that, what I'm going to do is put it in a box, so something that will catch everyone's eye. So as you can see, it's something that's bright and people will see. So I've chosen this color here, and I might maybe slant it slightly and put an image there too. So the next step will be to get an image, for our first rule. So no food or drink in any of the ICT classrooms. To get an image, what we need to do is go to, or I would recommend going to Google Images, no food and drink, and scroll down to find a suitable image. All these images have signs with them. I just want a plain one. There we go. I believe this will do the job for now. So what I'm going to do is left click on it and drag the image all the way to the publisher document at the bottom and then drop it here. There you have it. I've successfully transferred the image from Google Images to my publisher document. Double click on the image. So some of you might be saying, oh, it's got a background color. I want to get rid of that background color. How do I do it? So to do that, you need to double click on the image, select recolor under format. So when you double click on it, it will automatically go to format, set transparent color, and then click on the part that you want to get rid of. Yeah, so you want to see it disappear, and there you have it. And now what I'm going to do is hold down the shift key and click in the top left hand corner and just make it slightly smaller. The reason why I kept hold of the shift key was to keep the aspect ratio. So as you can see, it's still disappearing the text. It's because the image is on it, but we can sort that out later on. The next step will be to get rid of that bottom part. If you can see, it's got some a section of the image needs cropping, so just double click on it, select the crop icon, which can be found under the format tab, and just get rid of that part that we do not want people to see. You want to make your poster look as professional as possible and also stand out. And when you are choosing your images when making your poster, ensure that they're appropriate and they go with the text. Okay, now what I'm going to do is add a background to the image that I've just inserted. So I'm going to go to Insert, Shapes, and select the oval shape and hold down the Shift key and just create an oval. The reason why I held down the Shift key because it helps you, supports you in creating the perfect circle. Now, I don't want this color, so what I'm going to do is double click on it and go to Shape Fill. I want it to be white, so select the white color to change it. And the next thing I want to do is get rid of this outline. So I don't want my circle to have an outline. So to do that, what you can do is select Shape Outline and select No Outline, and watch that black outline disappear. What I want to do to this shape is add a glow to it. So to do that, make sure you've selected the shape. You're under the Format tab. You go to Shape Effects. You can add shadows, you can add reflections, glow, soft edges, bevel, 3D rotation. Have a little play around with them, and if you like them, use them, but make sure you don't overdo it. So what I'm going to do here is just add a glow. This is a glow that I'm choosing. Select it. I might just choose the bigger glow. So go back again, glow, and select the big one, the 18-point glow. And the next step is, as you can see, I can't see my image. So I've got my image selected. I'm on the Format tab. And what I'm going to do next is select Send Backwards. I'm not clicking on the arrow pointing downwards. I'm going to select Send Backwards so it sends it one object to the back. So if I clicked on Send Backwards, Send to Back, it'll send it all the way back behind the text. So I don't want to do that yet. So I'm sending it backwards, and then I'm just going to position the image where I want it to be. And you can make it smaller if you want. That's up to you, how you want it. When you are happy with your formatting, what you can do is then bring the text to the front. So try and get your positioning right. Remember, you need to make it look as professional as possible and suitable for the purpose and audience. So what I'm going to do next, as I mentioned, is bring the text forward. To do that, double click on your text, or click on it once and then click on Format, and then select Bring Forward, or you can select bring to front. I'm just going to show you that. As you can see, it's come one level to the front. Now I want it to go in front of the image with no food and drink, and there you have it. That's the first part. And what you can also do is just highlight them all together. If you're happy with the way it is, you can group them so they move together all as one object. So if you're happy with the way with the image and the text and the way you've combined it, you can right click, select them all, right click and hit group, which allows you to move it all together like I've just done there. And then you can move on to the next rule, and so on, so on. So the other rules that you do need to include are no running in the classroom, all bags should be stored under the workstation, students must stay at their own workstation and not interfere with other students' work, students must not touch or play with any wire or sockets, students must not swing on their chairs or push them around the room, and students should only access their own user area, and any other rules that you feel are appropriate. But please remember, if you're using a dark background, the text and images need to be light. As you can see, I'm just going to get rid of my background. I think I'm going to keep it as a white background because it makes my poster stand out. So if you do decide that you want to ungroup your text and images and it's not a good combination, what you could do is just select it, and then on the outline of it you can right click and you can select ungroup. That's one way of doing it, or you can just go to home and select ungroup from there. So let me just show you here and select ungroup there. Just make sure that you have a house style that's consistent and it flows. So if you're using a color scheme, make sure you follow through with this color scheme. As you can see, I'm using a certain color scheme on mine, so I would expect the other rules that I include in my poster would use a similar style. You want to keep it professional, you want to keep it suitable for purpose, and make sure it's suitable for your target audience. Thank you for watching, and I hope you've all found this short tutorial on Publisher useful.